Good afternoon, everyone. How's it all going? As you can hear, I have got COVID. So that's why I haven't been on for the past couple of days, but I really felt the urge to actually just suck it up and get on with it, because even illness doesn't wait for success. So my topic today and my headline is, my name's Susie, and I help people, women who over 50, to regain their lives. So the topic of today is, and my headline today is, my success was created overnight. Woohoo! Actually, that's absolute rubbish. When people say that it was an overnight success, take a deep dive look as to exactly what it's taken for people to actually create that success. You know, you look at writers. It wasn't overnight that they wrote that book. J.K. Rowling didn't write that book overnight. She had a dream, she put the notes down, and then she wrote about it. Who else? I mean, Oprah Winfrey didn't have overnight success. Colonel Saunders, is it Colonel Saunders from Kentucky Fried Chicken? He only got signed up when he was 87 years old. And it took him 400 and whatever it was no's for him to create success. That wasn't an overnight success. So when people say to you that it was an overnight success, what we don't see is what happens in the background. And, you know, you simply can't get into an elevator. I wrote about this yesterday. But you simply can't get into an elevator on the bottom floor and rise to the top in anything. And this is just a metaphor for life. You know how people say your elevator pitch and all that sort of thing. So I'm using that as a metaphor, because at the end of the day, you know, when you jump into an elevator and you rise to the top that quick, nothing happens really at the end of the day. What we have to do is we have to push the button. We have to get into the lift. We have to push the button again. We have to then wait for the lift and all its floors to get. That's not going straight to the top, is it? So at the end of the day, let's really deep dive and let's look at when people say they created overnight success. Because what we don't see is what happens in the background. What we don't see is what is created in the winters. What we don't see is, you know, all these athletes and these incredible people who strive to get these awards. They don't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to run a marathon. They train for it and they work hard for it, and they show up consistently. And I think that's one of the key points that I want to make today, is to show up consistently. This is why I'm doing this today with COVID. I'm not feeling the best, but I just sort of had to get out there and do it. So 3 simple steps for you to start creating the success that you want to happen. Number 1 is really clearly define what it is that you want to change and align it with your goals. You know, at the end of the day, if we don't have any goals, how can we get to the success? How can we press that button to make the elevator go higher? How is it if we don't have the goals, if we don't set the intentions, if we clearly don't define what we want to change, how are we going to change it? It's really important that we understand that, because there's nothing to measure it to. And then secondly is implement a support structure. So at the end of the day, you know, leaders have coaches, athletes have coaches, top business people have influencers and coaches. So why is it that we think that we can do it on our own? I have coaches. I have coaches in almost everything in my life. I have health coaches. I have, mentors. I have all sorts of people that influence me and challenge me and make me who I am. And then number 3 is measure this change process that we've just been speaking about. You know, it's really important to measure it so that we can gauge it. So then when we've assigned it and we've looked at it and we've seen what's working and what's not working, we can actually just go back and we can measure up to see what's working and what's not. You know, at the end of the day, it's really up to us what we do. But my success was created overnight, or they had overnight success, really is not part of the plan. There is hard work in the background that we don't see. And as we go into autumn and as we go into winter, you know, now's the time to really reflect on that. And now's the time, you know, we've had the summer, the kids are back to school. Now's the time to really dig deep and to really define exactly what it is that we want to change in our lives. Because at the end of the day, it's up to us. If we don't make the change, nobody else will. Nobody's going to come save us. Nobody's going to come do it for us. We've got to do it for ourselves. So I just wanted to pop on today and give you that little nugget, and I hope that it's given you some insight as to creating your overnight success. Have a great evening, everybody, and stay well. Don't get COVID. It's not nice. I feel completely useless. I feel completely like I've let my team down. I think they're struggling without me, and I hope they're struggling without me. But you know, more importantly, I hope that they're not getting COVID as well, and that they're all safe. So just stay safe, everybody. COVID is still around, and we still need to be really, really careful of it. Fortunately, I've not got a bad one, but it's just be safe and take care of yourself. And we'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.